that distorts comfortable way of living, because we feel that we are not comfortable in doing something because we are stressed up. Why are we stressed up? Because there is some non-specific response in our body. Why that non-specific response in our body? Because of our thought process, right? So simple formula for stress is demand is more, supply is less, right? The resources are less. It may be time resource, finance resource, strength resource, human resource, or anything of that sort. Demand is more, but resources are less. So the gap between that becomes your stress, right? That is technically. And what are the emotional symptoms? I told you, you feel nervous, you feel somewhat uncomfortable, you feel, oh, it's not happening right with me, what should I do? And oh God, why me? This feeling is emotional symptom. Behavioral symptom, you shout at somebody, you hit somebody, you become angry, right? You become frustrated, like the man I showed you the picture of breaking down the computer. So it may happen like that. That is a behavioral symptom. What are physical symptoms? How many of you get headache? How many of you get backache? Right? The all body pain is in the brain, because you feel that pain because of the stress what you are encountering. And why you call it as stress? Stress is less dangerous than anxiety. Anxiety is the basic, what you can say, the feeling in the human beings which drags the quality of life down. Okay, so find out if you have these emotional symptoms, behavioral symptoms, or physical symptoms. That means you are under stress. Am I giving you stress by saying so? Okay, so there are methods like how you can manage it very well. Okay, so stress is like what? Like salt in your food. You don't enjoy food without salt, right? So if your mother has put more salt, you will shout on her. "Yen ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಂತ." Yes or no? If there is no salt, you cannot eat. So stress is like salt. It shouldn't be more, neither it should be more, nor it should be less. So if there is no stress, we don't enjoy life. Do you know that? Let's see how it happens. Before that, answer this question. How are you feeling today? Some of the students can just unmute yourself and answer this question. Feeling happy, feeling excited, feeling stressful about stress management? How are you feeling? Students?
Feeling happy, ma'am.
Happy. Type it in the chat box. Let me see. How many of you are feeling happy? You can just type H, no problem. If you are feeling excited, type you are excited. Fast. Let me see. Fast, fast, fast. Okay. Okay. Wow. Good. Supriya, Vinay, Harsha, Kirti. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good. Very good. Okay. So let's continue. Right? Okay. So why do we encounter what? The stress. Okay. So brain is filled with so many thoughts. Okay. We are not human beings now. We are human doings, because we keep on doing things and our inbox is never empty. It is always full. After this, what I should do this. After this, what I should do this. So our thought process is always continuous, right? And workload, work pressure, right? So as a student, you must be thinking of your career. As a student, you must be thinking, what will I get, right? After my graduation, after my law degree, after my PG in law, what am I going to get? Am I going to practice? Am I going to work in a law firm? Am I going to be a legal advisor? What I'm going to do, right? And you will end up searching for the things and end up deciding that this is not working, this is not working, industry is not working, factories are not working, they are not able to pay us. So what you create is the stress for yourself, right? So let's see how we can control it. This is how you feel when you're under stress. Yes or no? Shall I hit someone? Shall I beat up someone? Right? A punch denge. Yes or no? So what we should always remember is just listen carefully. We get time, yes, to change our life. But we don't get life to change our time. Yes or no? Just listen. वक्त मिलता है जिंदगी बदलने के लिए, जिंदगी दोबारा नहीं मिलती वक्त बदलने के लिए. So the life is so beautiful, the life is so wonderful. Let's not waste our life in just stressful thing or negative aspects, right? So magic begins when you change your approach towards stress, right? 1 minute, huh? Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's see how we can do. Before that, a story again. Are you ready for that? Yes?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Stories always inspire us. Yes or no? There was a Sufi saint. You must be knowing about Sufi spiritual division. There was a saint, his name was Gibrish. He was so scholarly and so resourceful that people wanted him to speak, address the villagers. What they did, they invited him to their place. An auditorium, it was totally packed, full. All men and women were sitting. Then the Sufi saint, he comes on the stage and sits there. Then he asked the question, people, do you know why am I here? Then people say, yes, yes, yes. Yes, we know, we know. Then he says, जिनको सब पता है उनको क्या समझाऊं? He leaves. Then next day, they decide to call him again. They decided. And that man was again sitting on the stage. Then he asked the same question. People, do you know why am I here? Then people had decided to say no. Then they said, no, no, we don't know, we don't know. Then he said, जिन लोगों को कुछ भी नहीं पता उन लोगों को क्या मैं बोलूं? So he just left. Then people were very smart. They thought of a different option. What did they do? They called him again, and half of the people, he asked the same question. Then half of the people said, yes, yes, yes. And half of the people said, no, 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 we don't know why are you here. Then he said, लोग जिनको पता है, जिनको पता नहीं है, उनको समझा दें. He left again. So these people, they were very what you can stressful about what to do, what we should make so that this person speaks to us. Then they invited him again, and I told you they were very smart people. What did they do? All of them kept quiet, not even nodding. They never said yes nor say no. They were just sitting quietly. This man came on the stage and asked the same question. People, do you know why am I here? Then the people were sitting quietly, right? They didn't answer. Then he felt that it is compulsory for me to speak now. Then what he spoke, you have to listen carefully. Hope all of you are listening, right? So what he said, he just said, could you understand anything in that? This language is called gibberish, right? So I want you to quickly switch on your video, unmute yourself, and speak in gibberish language. Can you do that? Can you do that? Participants?
Yes, ma'am.
At least 10 or 15 of you. Quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, once again. Only 2 or 3 of you. Not anything to be expressed like this. Yes or no? Yeah, Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am.
Ramkrishna? Switch on your videos.
Yes. Yes,
Switch on
ma'am.
your videos. Unmute. Unmute yourself. Quickly. Quickly. 1, 2, 3. Start speaking in gibberish language. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So now it sounds very funny. Yes or no? So you may find it very funny and insane, right? Pagal hai. Yes. But if you practice gibberish language, the fun is, you will never become insane because we vent out our emotions. Words are not necessary. Yes or no? So that language you should practice. People may find you mad, but you will never become mad in your life. You will keep your mental ability stable throughout. Understand? So this is what is gibberish language. See how quickly I made you learn this gibberish language now, right? Learning spoken English. You spend how many hours? Learning French, you spend 45, 60 hours. See, within few seconds, you learned a new language. Yes or no? Say yes. Say yes in the chat box. Let me see. If you have learned gibberish language in few seconds, quickly. Yes in the chat box. Yes. Quickly, 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 quickly. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, fantastic. Very good, very good. See, okay, and life is so simple and easy. Don't make it very complicated. Okay, and we keep worrying about the things which will never happen in our lives. Understand? Okay, so now I'll tell you the simple technique. How you can control your thought attack. So you will have a thought attack, right? You will be thinking, वो करना है, ये करना है, ऐसा करना है, वैसा करना है. So your head will become messed up. So whenever you have a thought attack, wherever you are, just take your tongue like this and put it in the inside palate of your upper teeth, right? Just like this. The moment you do it, the thought attack will come down. You will become more cooler to understand what is to be done next, right? Instead of just worrying about kya hoga, kaise hoga thing, you will come back to have a conclusion that life is so beautiful, right? Let's change the approach towards stress. We are changing from unresourceful state, right? What is unresourceful state? When you are angry, you are insane. You don't know what you're speaking. It may be your dad, it may be your mother, it may be your elder brother. You shout at them. You take them for granted and shout at them. That is unresourceful state. Unresourceful state when you become under anxiety, under stress, right? Fear. You become fearful. You become angry. You become jealous, right? All these are unresourceful state. You will never get anything by dwelling in this city, right? Which city? Your emotional city. Don't tell me I live in Belgium, I live in Hubli, I live in Dharwad. No, you live in your emotional city. Which emotional city do you live in? And what is your flavor? Like in ice cream, which flavor do you like? Butterscotch, vanilla, pista, gadwad ice cream, right? Yes or no? So you like different flavors, butterscotch, right? Likewise, your emotional city is your emotional state where you live in. Do you live in anger? Do you live in frustration? Do you live stressful? Do you live happily? That is resourceful state, right? So change your approach towards stress from unresourceful state to resourceful state, right? So I just share one small audio clip. I want all of you to switch on your videos, please. It is compulsory. All of you should switch on your videos. Switch on your videos quickly. All of you. Quick, 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 quick. How many I'm able to see? Just tell me if you are able to hear this music. Can you hear this music? Say yes. Can you hear this
Yes,
music?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, show me your hands. Afsar, Said, where are you? Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Bring it up. Bring it up. Reach. Up. Yeah. Down. Down. Bring it down. Push it. Push it like this. Bring it back. Up. Down. Make a punch. Make a punch. Make a punch. Right or left, no problem. But you have to give a punch. Yes. Yes. Punch. 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 Okay. Yes. Make it a scissor. Make it a scissor like this. Cross. Cross your hands. Right and left. Right and left. Right and left. Yes. Yes. Okay. Keep your hands on your waist. Waist. Okay. Bring your shoulders here like this. Bring your shoulders like this. Can you do? Can you do like this? Yes. Wow. Fantastic. Very good. Very good. Yes. Okay. Done. Big round of applause, everybody. Clap, clap. Clap your hands. 100 claps. 100 claps a day keeps the doctor away. Okay. How do you feel when you do this physical activity? Do you feel good? Type
Yes,
in the
obviously,
chat
ma'am.
box. Type in the chat box. Yes. Yes. You feel happy? Yes. So next time, if somebody
Yes, ma'am.
asks you to dance, never say, I don't know dancing. Just switch on the music. Do this much. That becomes your dance. Yes or no? Yes or no? That's it. So you have to change what you're doing to change how you're feeling. If you're don't feeling good sitting at one place, change it. If you're don't feeling good doing something, change it. If you don't like your friend, change him. If you don't like your parents, don't change them. Right? So you have to understand what you can change. What is your resourceful state? So from unresourceful state to resourceful state. Next, what you people have to do? Now, all of them who are watching and listening me and who are live with me, participating in Zoom today, let me tell all of you, next time, okay, please mute yourself. Somebody has unmuted. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay, right. So, next time, after this class is over, immediately, if you feel angry, you're deciding not to be unresourceful. Right? You should use the resource what you have inside. So you should always think about good things, how you can be better. Understand? So from unresourceful state to resourceful state. Okay, just think, if you think like this, my life is useless. Had I born in a rich family, I would have studied in convent school. I would have gone to different good school. My English would be fine. But now I am born in this family, so I'm not getting this. I don't have a room to study. I don't have proper books to study. All these complaints what you have in your life. So whenever you think about such things, something inside you hurts. Somewhere it pinches, right? That is your unresourceful state. How can you find out which is your negative? What you can say, not comfortable feeling inside, right? That is your unresourceful state. So you have to convert that unresourceful state into resourceful state. There lies the wisdom and there lies the trick of management, right? The self-management, how we carry ourselves. When somebody enters the room, okay, say, for example, let me select from the participants list, okay. I'm seeing one name, Harsha Kulkarni, then Nitin Singh, right? So when Nitin enters the hall, people should feel happy that he has entered. people shouldn't feel, oh, he's again here, right? So what impact you create is the aura what you create around you. Is it a happy aura, or is it a thing like you go and meet somebody and start complaining everything to them, right? So life comes with challenges, and we have to accept those challenges, turn our unresourceful state to resourceful state. Do you know it took 2 months for me to practice this? Not easy, but not impossible also. You can do this, right? The moment I feel angry about my kids not obeying me or sitting and watching TV and not listening to me, when I get angry and shout, that is my unresourceful state. There is no creativity or productivity in anger, right? Anger could play miracles, but it is a unresourceful state because our brain is not able to tolerate the thing. It is like short circuit. Okay, we should know to press the pause button. And do you know one important thing about anger? Outside you should show the anger, but inside you should excuse that person. Then you will not have any health issues. You will not have diabetes or BP. You'll be healthy. And even if you become 50 years old, people find you 25, 30 years old because of your appearance. Understand? So it is possible when you practice the habit of anger is good, but anger should be only outside, not inside. Inside, you should excuse a person. Then you are converting your state into the resourceful state, right? Okay. Is stress good or bad, right? So you have heard of some very good hormones in our body, yes? So which help us to maintain our health. Adrenaline is a hormone which is called as a fight or flight. So for example, when you encounter with a danger, then your body, how it reacts, right? Do you ask your legs to run fast to escape from that barking dog, right? Or you stand back and fight it. So only two things happen, fight or flight. So stress can bring about release of adrenaline to think about what is to be done next. Then oxytocin is a hormone which is good for heart, and it is released because of what? Because of stress. See, what do you understand by this? Stress is compulsory. We should not avoid stress. We should welcome stress because it is keeping us moving in life, right? I have stress, that's why I'm leaving. Understand? So you should value if you have stress in your life. Then, if the stress is in response to something emotional, and if there is no outlet, the extra energy created by the body that gives the emotional behavioral symptoms in the body, then it is bad. Otherwise, stress is always good, right? You should learn to take holiday from the stress. I'll tell you how to do that after this, right? Okay. Then eyesight becomes sharp. With what? With stress. How good stress is. Yes or no? Heart works more to supply higher glucose and oxygen, right? Earlier, when I used to take stress management classes, I used to say stress is bad. It affects on your health. It affects on your mind. It affects on your emotions. Then stress is bad. Then the management would never happen. But when we know to honor stress, when I corrected myself to know how stress is important, just like salt in our food. Yes, so vegetable pulao doesn't feel good without salt. Life doesn't feel good without stress, right? So when I started thinking in that direction, I came to know how stress is so good for us, right? Then lungs have to work more. So you're energizing your lungs, your heart, your body and mind. Then liver to work more to convert glycogen into glucose, right? Then viscosity of blood becomes high. So this is all the good things about stress. Now I'm talking about taking holiday from stress, right? Okay. Do you have paper with you, all of you? Any paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Switch on your videos, spread your hands like this, and keep that paper in your hand. Stretch your hand like this. Just see, can you do that? At least some of you, so that I can see. Yes. Can you just hold the paper like this? Can you see me, all of you? Yeah. Hold it like this. Okay. Stretch. Yeah. Okay. So is it heavy? Pavitra, it is not heavy. Swati, it is not heavy. You can nod your head and answer me, right? I can see you. Is it heavy? It's not heavy, right? But if I ask you to hold it like this for 1, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, can you do that? Then it becomes heavy. Yes, it is not possible to hold something like this. It is just like the stress you're carrying with you. Take holiday from the stress means this is how you're holding. Just bring it and keep it down. Bring it and keep it down. Bring it and keep it down. Yes, keep it down. Yeah. Then look at it. Look at it. Look at that stress. Okay. Right? Until you are my stress, I love you. You will be with me. But after this, right? Whatever you're doing. So whenever you feel stressed, just hold your hand like this. Take it from your head because stress is in the brain, pain is in the brain. Take out the pain from your brain, the stress, hold it in your hand, look at it, smile at it, and tell you are my stress. I love you. Be here. Okay, be here. So yeah, I can always get back, right? Because we keep on carrying it, thinking about the same thing again and again. That is called unresourceful state. So whenever you feel stressed up, right, take a deep breath in. I'm going to give you progressive relaxation today. You'll just find out how easy it is to instantly relax your mind and get out of the stress, right? Okay, then what to do if you have a lot of stress, uncontrollable stress, right? You have to do like this. Will you do? Yes? Laughing therapy. Okay. And you should be logical, not like a Munnabai MBBS laughing therapy. Right. So progressive relaxation. I'll tell you how to do it. Ready? If you are ready, type ready in the chat box so that I'll tell you how to sit. Are the students ready? Yes. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fine. It takes 7 minutes. You're not allowed to call anybody or receive any calls, right? Sit straight, back and neck straight. Keep your back and neck straight. Your hands on your laps, feet grounded like this. You should keep both the feet on the ground and your hands on your lap, okay? And it should not be facing sky, right? It should be on your lap. Ready? Okay? Right. Can you please switch on your video so that I can see you people? Yeah. Okay. Right? Sit straight. When I say 1, you should close your eyes. When I say 2, you should open your eyes. Right? Done? Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Close your eyes. You're listening to my voice. You may be listening to some other noises around you at your home or office. It's okay, but concentrate on what I'm giving, the suggestions. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Breathe out completely. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out completely. Just take a deep breath in. Breathe out completely. Bring your attention to your feet, where your feet is touching the ground, your toes, your legs, knees, thighs, abdomen. Bring your concentration to your chest. Keep breathing normally. Shoulders, your hands, fingers, where your hands are touching your lap. Get the sensation. Bring your attention to your back. Keep the back and neck straight. Attention to your neck, the head portion. On your facial muscles, there are 80 facial muscles in your face. Keep a gentle smile on your face. Keep a gentle smile on your face. Keep breathing normally. Relax. Just observe if you're finding any sensation in the body, the good feeling, the happy feeling, anywhere in the part of the body. Just observe the sensation. You're feeling so good and light. Your heart is full of happiness and love. You're feeling confident. Your confidence is increasing. You're getting relaxed feeling in your body. Observe the sensations in the body. Mind is peaceful. body is relaxed. Peaceful mind, relaxed body, improved confidence, improved self-esteem, improved concentration, and an ability to achieve your goals. You're getting all these things. Just get the feeling of goodness. Spin it. Spin the good feeling in your entire body. Feel strong. Feel confident. Feel wonderful. Think about all the positive things you have in your life right now. It may be your finance, it may be your health, it may be your beauty, it may be your relationship, it may be your talent, it may be your caliber, it may be your intelligence, whatever the strong positive feeling you are having in your life, the strengths, think about all the strengths you have in your life right now. Just think about only positive things that you have in your life. Keep breathing normally. Feeling good, feeling wonderful. Confidence level has increased now. You may not hear my voice for a few seconds. Just be in your state. When you feel okay, you can slowly open your eyes. Okay? I don't know how many of you could follow it, but I'll definitely tell you those who have followed will definitely get good result out of it, right? The moment of joy, the moment of happiness, the moment of quieting our mind, quieting our thoughts and concentrating only on the positive things, only on what is good, that strengthens us. That they are our strengths, right? So that is where we live in. That is called resourceful state. Okay. So quickly type in the chat box in one word. Tell me how was your experience. If you have really worked with me, then you will have the experience of this progressive relaxation. Feeling good. Okay. Great. Relaxed. Good. Okay. Afraid. Then few more responses, please. Confident. You felt like yoga nidra. Okay. It is similar. Yeah. relaxed, peaceful, feeling good. That's what is needed, right? We have to always feel good about ourselves. Okay? Good. Peace in mind. So always be like that. Always be like that so that your goal will be very clear. Okay. Right?
Hello, Mama. You
See whether you can mute everybody, Ashwini madam.
Yes, ma'am, I did, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the best thing to manage stress? I'll tell you now, right? Okay. The best thing to manage stress is don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all the small stuff, right? So everything what we encounter as a big, huge problem, it is not a problem at all. It is a small stuff, and everything is a small stuff. If we have that mentality, then we become more peaceful, right? Okay, so switch on your videos and hold your hand like this, right hand. Hold your hand like this. May I see all of you? Yeah. Okay. I'll ask you a question. How are you? How are you?
Great. I'm fine, madam.
Yes. Good. So next time when somebody asks you how are you, you should always tell that you are great, right? So we are blessed. We should feel that greatness inside. Not easy, but we can practice it. And it took some time for me to practice this as well, right? So you should bring that energy in you, just like when you win a match, cricket match you win, or your basketball match you win, then how do you feel, right? So you should hold your right hand like this, just like this. Say yes, yes, that way. Okay, so just hold your right hand like this. I'll ask you how are you, and you should reply that I am great. Okay, right. We'll go. 1, 2, 3. How are you?
I'm great.
I am great.
I am great. Right? One more time. 2 more times, right? How are you?
I am
I'm
great.
great.
How are
I am
you?
great.
I am great.
I'm great.
How are you?
I am
I'm
great.
great.
I'm great. Yes or no? So that energy we should fill in. So whenever we communicate with people, we should follow 4 rules. I'll tell you very important 4 rules of communication. First thing is confidence in the eyes, smile on the face, strength in the voice, and love in the heart. Right? Confidence in the eyes. I'm repeating it. Confidence in the eyes, smile on the face, strength in the voice, love in the heart. Can you practice these 4? Yes. Right? Let me hear you in the chat box whether you have memorized it. Okay. Confidence in the
Eyes.
confidence in the chat box. Eyes.
Eyes.
Smile on the
Face.
face. Correct. Strength
Face.
in the
Throat. Sound.
voice. Yes, voice. Love in the heart.
Heart.
That's it. Very good.
Heart.
Fantastic. Big round of applause to all of you, those who are participating in this session. Right? Wonderful, wonderful. So you people are awesome and really good participants. You're very participative and learning. Right? I like it. Right. Big round of applause from my side. Done? Is it big enough? Okay, good. So don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all the small stuff. So whenever you encounter with the stress, you say, I don't have this, I don't have that. Just think. What you should think, don't sweat the small stuff. It's all the small stuff. And what you have to remember, knowing is not doing, doing is doing. Okay, right, that's fine. So what causes the stress? Imperfection. What is that? Right? So you get up early in the morning. I have seen some beautiful faces here in the window. So you get up in the morning, look at the mirror and find that there is a pimple, right? Oh my God, a pimple, what to do, right? Just in advertisement they show. We become stressful about our pimple, right? So hasn't it happened with you, right? It is quite common, and we compare ourselves with whom? Somebody like what is that? Some Bollywood actresses like Katrina Kaif or somebody. So Katrina Kaif has army of people behind her to skin care, hair care, right, body care, dress, all those things. So if there are imperfections in life, we have imperfections everywhere. Yes or no? Like we have imperfect spouse, right? Husband, imperfect wife, imperfect parents, imperfect kids, imperfect teachers, imperfect environment, imperfect society. So why do we get stressed up with that? What is my circle of influence in that? So whenever you find imperfection, first thing what you should say is, it's okay, right? Whenever you find imperfection in something, imperfection in your food, while you eat, right? This is not done well, shouting at mother. Instead of that, you can say, it's okay. It is only for today, right? So imperfection is there everywhere. We should accept it and just to say it's okay for imperfection. Half our stress would be gone. And think of perfect thoughts. What are perfect thoughts? So our thought process, when the negative thought crops up in the mind, that takes over all our brain, right? Say for example, you feel that next week is our exams. So the first thought. Next thought is, I'm not prepared. Next thought is, why am I not prepared? Next thought is, because I don't have books. Why I don't have books? Because my parents couldn't give me money. Why my parents couldn't give me money? Because they are poor. So the thought process just to start like this. So instead of bugging and digging the imperfect things, we should always concentrate on what I have right now, what I can do, what is my circle of influence. So you should nip the negative thought in the bud. You shouldn't allow it to grow. When you allow it to grow, it takes over you, right? So think only perfect thoughts when the thought crops up. Then be in the eye of storm means what? How many of you have encountered this going to hospital, admitting your grandparents or somebody serious, somebody is in ICU, so whole house is under havoc, right? So it is a storm which is created. Be in the eye of the storm means if you observe a storm, the center of the arm, the center of the storm is peaceful. So we should always keep our mental status in the eye of the storm, right? Wherein we are not carried away with the storm. We are not encountering any dangers with the storm, right? So we should train our brain in that way. So quiet the mind by taking some physical activities, right? In my sessions, I usually ask this question: how many of you exercise every day, right? So some people raise their hand and I ask them to stand. So when you look at the body of a person, you will come to know whether he exercises or not. Okay. So at this stage, you may be feeling it is not important. But as you advance in your life, the physical exercise becomes absolutely essential. The pleasure what the smoking gives or the alcohol gives, it is more than that when you physically exercise and work on yourself, right? And our body is our property. We should take care of it because that is where we live. Yes. So we should take utmost care of it, right? And there is a difference between distress and eustress. Just quickly find out what it is. You have an important assignment, right? Important assignment. of speaking and addressing on the stage, you get butterflies in the stomach. Yes, that is eustress, because you want to have it, you want to do it perfectly, right? And you're going to write your exams. At 10:30 is your exam, and your hands are sweating, right? Stress. Okay, so you have to go for an interview, right? You're dressing up, but you have a small perspiration, the sweat on your forehead. Stress, right? So eustress is when you do something and you are totally involved in that. Okay, say for example, I take a full day workshop standing in the hall for 8 hours. Maybe if I'm just asked to stand without doing anything, the thing what I like, then I may feel distressed. Oh, can I stand so long? Who can stand so long? But when you are engaged, when you have a fulfillment, then you realize how beautiful it is, right? It is called eustress. You study well, write your exams, get the good result, right? You stand first to college. Nobody can give that pleasure to you. Only you yourself can give that pleasure. Then it is eustress, right? So nervous architecture wants to tell you something. So what you have to do? You have to listen, right? What is that my architecture wants to tell me? Everything is about nervous system. Our whole nervous system, we should bring some kind of rapport in that. Okay, so I'll give you one example how our affect on our quality of our life, right? There was a man who was under loan, right? He had borrowed a lot of money. Then he was about to repay the loan, but he was not able to repay. Then the house owner, rent, he had not paid 6 months rent. Then the house owner comes in and says, you have to vacate the house by tomorrow, right? By tomorrow, you have to vacate the house. That instruction was given by him. The moment the house owner leaves, then this fellow starts thinking what I should do if there is no house for me to live. Then he remembers my friend Ramesh. I'll go to him, stay there. Then this was his thought. Next, again he thinks, then Ramesh is my friend. He will keep me in his house till I get another house. But what about his wife? She may not be interested in keeping me there. He thinks like that. Then he thinks the other thought. Why will he not accommodate me in his house? Because I have done so much for him. I have helped him to pay his college fees, and I have helped him every way. So he has to keep me in his house, right? Next, again, he thinks his family may not agree to keep me there. Then they may say, oh no, sorry, we cannot keep you here. That please look after yourself. So he keeps on thinking negative things about that relationship with his friend, right? At night at 2 o'clock, he takes his bike out, goes to his friend's Ramesh's house, knocks the door. Then Ramesh was sleeping. Then he just wakes up and opens the door for his friend. Then the moment Ramesh opens the door, this fellow starts shouting, what do you think? You're the only person in the whole world for me. I cannot manage without you. You cannot keep me in your house. This he shouts and he goes in anger. This poor fellow Ramesh doesn't know anything about what was happening in his brain. This is how we encounter with the things in our life. Do I agree with this story? This is what we do. What we are thinking, nobody else knows, but we think and we dwell on those thoughts and we decide that this is how it is. We come to conclusion, right? Without going to his house, the Ramesh's house, and asking him whether he can keep him in his house for a few days, without that, he shouts at him. Why? Because of one thought that my friend may not keep me in his house, right? Who was at fault here? The person who was thinking. Who is at fault when we think such thoughts? That's what I mean about thinking perfect thoughts. When your father shouts at you, why do you do like this? Is it the way you keep your room? He shouts at you. Find out the intention behind it, right? Is the intention bad? Your teacher asks you to come to the class at the right time. 10:30 is the class. Before 10:30, you should be in the class. Is it wrong to ask you to be disciplined? Discipline always gives the freedom, and we seldom understand it. So, just when you start thinking about something, think once again and find out whether it is a perfect thought I am thinking, right? So, our nervous system, right, our nervous architecture wants to tell us something. Just listen to it. How you can listen to it? Just by progressive relaxation. Relax your body, go to the part where you're having that sensation and ask what it really wants, and it will give you the right answer, right? And we have to choose our battles wisely. Instead of just somebody calls us monkey, we call them donkey. Yes. So किसी ने गाली दी तो गाली का जवाब गाली होना चाहिए, ये जरूरी है क्या? Right? Just think whether we are choosing our battles wisely or we are wasting our time and energy on something which is not related at all, right? Which is not required at all, right? So that we need to find out. And this is a very important thing. We need not catch all the balls thrown at us, right? So when I have a ball, I throw it at you. Will you catch it or not? You just hold it or not? Yes, that's how we have been taught. That's how we have been conditioned. So the balls thrown at you means the words which criticize you, right? The words which hurt you. If the criticism is good, if the criticism is for your benefit, then accept it. If not, then you need not catch all the balls thrown at you. Would you like to do this activity quickly? It may take hardly half minute. May I ask all of you to please stand up? Okay. Can you stand up at your places? Switch on your videos. Just a small activity. You will enjoy doing it. Okay. Switch on your videos, please. Yeah. Swati, Vinay, Afsar, Anjali, can you switch on your videos? Okay. Just what you will have to do is, I'll be throwing that ball at you, right, like this. Then you have to jump and escape from the ball. The ball, you need not catch all the balls thrown at you, right? The balls are nothing but the words which are thrown at you. You should physically jump, right? So, are you ready for that? Let me see. Are you ready? Okay. How many of you are standing? Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So, this is the ball I'm throwing at you. And what you should do, either you can jump it right side or jump it left side. It's left to you, right? But you have to jump. Ready? Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. How many of you jumped? Okay, fantastic. Once again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. How many of you could jump? Yes? That's fantastic. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So this is how we should escape. Okay. So Shakespeare had once told, the stones may hurt my body, but words will never. Because he learned the habit of jumping, avoiding the balls, right? I need not catch all the balls thrown at me. Understand? Okay. Right? Okay. Thank you for your wonderful participation. Big round of applause for all of you, all the participants. Very good. Very nice. Right? So this is how we manage. And one more very important point is what? This too will pass. Right? Do you remember when you were a child? When you were a child, you had lost one of your favorite toy, right? Favorite toy, right? Then how many days you cried for it? How many days you thought, oh, that was so beautiful doll I had. Now it is not there. She has stolen, he has stolen, or it is broken. I had a beautiful train, I had a beautiful bat, I had a beautiful ship. So all of you might have worried about what had happened with you, right? Then now, if somebody reminds you of the doll, you may just smile and say, yeah, it was there, my favorite doll, but I lost it. But now you don't feel that pain. Do you feel that pain still? No, because time has cured your pain, right? Your maturity has cleared it, right? Your maturity has given you the scope to look for the good things. Understand? So now this too will pass, right? Somebody breaks your heart, broken heart. Oh no, I can't live, right? I will commit suicide, right? I didn't get this job. Oh no, I can't support my family. I'm going to die. Is this the way a human being lives a life? Right? So maybe your heart is broken now, but you will get somebody else tomorrow if you live, if you survive, if you become an achiever, right? So always remind yourself something bad happens in your life, just think this too will pass. Just like I forgot my toy, just like I'm able to live without it, I will be able to live without this also. So be strong and make yourself so strong that you become unshakable at any moment of time. Come what may, I'm going to be fit, fine, and strong. This message you should keep on passing to your mind, right? Okay. And this is the very important thing for stress management. Get rid of the things you don't want, right? And not only that, make room for the things you want. What does it mean? If you look at your cupboard, how many dresses you have kept which you don't use it, right? Maybe they are short, maybe they are faded out, right? But still then they're occupying your cupboard place, right? So that creates stress unknowingly. Get rid of the things you don't want. If you don't use it, throw it. If you don't want to use it anymore, but it is good, donate it, right? But you should get rid of the things you don't want so that you will make the room for the things you want. If you want a nice blazer, right, when you join a high court, then you have to wear this. So if you have that, you have to make place for it first, right? Similarly, make room for the set of attitude you want. If you feel, if you want to feel confident, then make a room for that, right? If you want to feel blissful, then make a room for that. If you want to create a life filled with richness and achievement, make room for that, right? So we should get rid of the things we don't want. We should get rid of the emotions we don't want. We should get rid of the attitude we don't want. So different set of attitude, different set of feeling, different set of achievements, so that we become something in our life, right? So that creates the area for managing yourself in a better way. Okay, the simple tips, as I told you at the beginning, that I'll be giving you the simple tips for stress management. Try these, right? Think of a person, think of a person in your life who is irritating you a lot, right? This person is irritating me a lot. Is there any such person in your life like that? Just give a thought about it. Just think about that person. Is there any such person in your life? Okay. If yes, can you make that person like look like an infant whom you just, who is reliable, like who is dependent on others for his needs, right? Can you see him like a kid, like an infant? Say, for example, you're sitting in a park reading something, and somebody hits you with the ball, and it comes and hits you right on your shoulder. It hurts you, right? You look around to find out who is that person. Then you find that the small 4-year baby is playing, and that baby has thrown that ball at you. Then what will you do? Will you catch hold of that baby, give a big punch, and ask that baby not to play here? Do you do that? Or you just hand over the ball in his hands and just pamper him, keeping holding his cheek like this and saying, "Oh, you are the one who did it. It is hurting so much." Do you act like this? What do? Right? You don't hit that kid, right? If he is of your age, your classmate, and he is hitting you, then you will stand up and hit him back. That's how is the human mentality. So when we imagine the irritating people in our life as infants or somebody of 100 years old who has no life anymore, can't we excuse the people like that? Just think. Next time when you meet that irritating person, you should be able to excuse him, right? Just see whether you can do that. Okay? And we should always look beyond the behavior. What is that? Mother shouts at you. Why? What is that it is making her to shout at you? Maybe she is having some back pain, some health issues, right? She may be having some different kind of problems. What is that is making her to do that? So look beyond behavior. So understand people. Seek to understand, then to be understood. So when you seek to understand what exactly is happening, then you are not going to have the same emotions. Like your mother shouts at you, you get angry, right? Why do you shout at me? Okay, so this is what will be your response. But when you start looking beyond that behavior, then you will really understand what really matters and ask yourself whether the intention is right or wrong, right? And this is a very beautiful concept of weatherproofing. Okay, how many of you have got your roofing weatherproofed for rain, right? Don't we do that? If the rainy season is approaching, fill up all the cracks, right? Correct the ceiling so that it won't leak. That's what we do, right? It's called weatherproofing. Avoid weatherproofing in life. That means what? Okay, say for example, you have become, A has become friend with B. Okay, they both are friends. When A start acquaintance with B, right? So only with the positive things. B is good, B is honest, B is humble, B is so, B is so. So I like him. So I want to be his friend. That's how you decide. Once they become close, then the weatherproofing starts. That is what? The filling the cracks, right? Why do you shout so much? Can't you speak properly? Why did you take my pen? Why did you do that? Why did you not come yesterday? Right? So weatherproofing in a relationship creates stress. So more important thing in our life is what? We have to keep ourselves stress-free. So what we have to do to keep ourselves stress-free? We have to, right? So avoid weatherproofing in a relationship. Means what? We should be able to accept the people as they are. Just accept them as they are. If they are irritating and at the some higher level, or your boss or your parents or your teachers, you cannot do anything, just look at them like a infant or 100 years old, right? And always look beyond the behavior. So what is that is making them do this, right? That will give us peace of mind. What do you mean by breathe before you speak? Very important concept. Do you know why do we get stressed up? Because of our inability to hold ourselves before somebody else finishes the talk, right? So for example, your friend is coming to you and talking to you and telling that yesterday I had headache. When I will tell, I too had headache, right? I'm not allowing him to finish his words. I'm not breathing before I'm speaking. I'm concluding, right? So, do you know what happened with me? I was going there. I was on my two-wheeler. You met with an accident. We conclude their talk. Why do we do that? We listen with an intention to respond immediately. We listen with an intention to prove ourselves, right? And we jump into the conclusion that they are blaming us and we try to convince them. So, breathe before you speak is an idea of finding out whether I should respond in this way or not, right? Okay, so before I proceed further, I want you to do one small activity. I hope all of you have a piece of paper and pen with you. Do you have?
Yes,
Yes.
madam.
Okay, so what you have to do is, okay, I'm going to give you two phrases. Then you have to use those phrases and draw a picture of that, right? Okay. First phrase is, am I audible?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
want me to type in the chat box?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll type in the chat box. First phrase is, okay, where in the world, right? Next phrase is, okay, where in the world is the first phrase. Here comes the trouble is the next phrase. You have to draw a picture as quick as you can. Drawing? Where in the world here comes the trouble. Use these two phrases and draw separate two pictures you can draw quickly. Yes, Nitin, sir. I'm sorry, I'm not able to see. It is shining. I'm not able to see properly. Can you, sir, can you just tell me what have you drawn?
Yeah, ma'am. I'm imagining like I'm in a sea and there is a shark coming towards me. Like.
Oh, where in the world am I? Okay, good. And next one. Here comes the trouble.
Yeah, I did not do it, ma'am. I'll just do it.
Okay. So anybody finished? You can show me your picture, please. If anybody is done, switch on your video and show it to me. I'll tell you why I gave this activity to you. Yes, anybody else?
Ma'am, is it that the first picture should be related to the second one, or second one should be related to the first one only?
No, nothing like that. Two separate pics you can draw.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Anybody? Srinivas, Anjali, Uma Hiremat, Geeta,
ಏನೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು.
yes, quickly. At least type in the chat box whether you are doing or not. If you are doing, type S.
Yes, ma'am. Doing, ma'am.
Okay, good.
थांब बाळा थांब जरा.
Yes, sir. Is it?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tejaswini?
yes.
Yeah. What is that? Can you please tell me? It's
Yeah, that's the first one is where in the world
yeah.
is a girl just, I mean, she's just curious, where in the world. And the second one is here comes the trouble is like, okay,
Yeah.
another one, I mean, it's on my way, so I'm ready to accept the fact.
Okay. Right. Good. Who else? Sir, what have you done? Second one? I'm finding it like coronavirus. Is it true? Nitin sir?
Yes, ma'am. It's the COVID and the earth is suffering, and here comes the trouble.
Yes. That's what I could find out. Yeah. Anybody else? Students?
Yes, ma'am.
Ravindra, what have you drawn? It is shining. I'm not able to see properly.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. You can just explain what you're drawn.
ನಿಸರ್ಗ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಸರ್ಗ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಅದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಸರ್ಗದ ಒಂದು Features tostadini, ma'am.
Okay, so that is where in the world? Where in the world ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅದು?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, right. Girls, anybody else? Aishwarya. Okay, you are drawn a globe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Where in
where
the
in the
world?
world? Even I don't know. Okay. Right, right. How about here comes the trouble? Anybody?
Trouble is on its way.
What have you drawn?
A trouble is coming on my way.
Okay. Let it come. I'm strong enough. You should tell now. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, okay. I hope all of you have done it, right? Now, hold the pen on the paper. Look at the ceiling and draw something. Look at the ceiling and draw something. Don't look at it. Within 3 or 4 seconds, you should be able to do it. Look at the ceiling and draw something. Who is ready to show? Pratima S. Are you there, Pratima?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you drawn? Savita. Okay. Without seeing, you drawn the face. Good. Eyes are at the right place. Smiling beautifully. Very nice. Very nice. Zainabi. Stars. Okay. Good, good, good. Very nice. Who else? Anybody else? Supriya? Swati? Good, good, good. Nice. See, that it shows how much creative you people are, right? So why I give you this is, we can find out how we think, right? So what is the way of our thinking? Based on that, we are generating the emotions. Our thoughts create our emotions. Emotions create our behavior. Behavior creates our habit. Habit becomes our personality, right? So that's what we repeatedly keep doing. Okay. So then the people will come to know, like when the switch is switched on, light glows. When the switch is turned on, the fan start to move, right, and give you air. So this is how people will come to know what, when I do this, right, Ravindra gets disturbed. So let me do it. When I do this, Aishwarya gets irritated. Let me do it. So you are giving your strings in the hands of somebody else. Then that creates stress. So we should be careful enough, like how we react to the things, whether we react or we respond. So we should breathe before we speak, first thing. Then the second thing is, whatever we are going to create in our life is because of our own decisions. So let's keep our decisions unaffected with our thinking patterns or the stressful things what we are encountering, right? Okay. If you are enjoying the session, just type yes in the chat box if you are enjoying the session, so that I'll know that you are with me.
Yes, ma'am, enjoying.
Yes, fantastic. Very good. Very good. Okay. So be aware of what you think early in the morning. This is what creates a stress in our life. Okay. Yes, I'm getting so many S's. Thank you so much. Okay. So morning, if you feel excited about the day, then whole day will carry on with the same feeling. Morning, early in the morning, if you feel, oh no, again I have to sit for the online classes, then your day will go in vain, right? So be aware of what you think early in the morning, whether you're thinking the resourceful thoughts or unresourceful thoughts. So if you're thinking the unresourceful thoughts, immediately switch it over to resourceful thoughts. Then you will have a very fantastic day. Okay. This picture gives you some messages, right? Observe this picture. There's a man and the sliding rock. He is jumping from one rock to other. If he misses an inch also, he is going to fall down, right? Sometimes we may fall down to the extent that we may not be able to get up. Then there is something which makes us get up and revive our life, and that is our brain, right? Our brain, the way you make yourself strong mentally and emotionally, that will give you all the pleasures in your life, right? So that man is faithful that he is going to make it. That man is enthusiastic that he is going to make it, right? So enthusiasm and the decision to achieve something, that takes us to the next level, right? And what we should always think that we already have the resources we need, or if we don't have, we can create them. We have an ability to create those resources, right? And we should always respect for the other person's model of world. So your papa may be telling that I used to go on cycle to college, you have a bike, why don't you do this, right? So his model of world is different. Your model of world is different, right? Environment, education, and experience. These three is decide how a person behaves in a particular way. Understand? So you should always respect for the other person's model of world, right? So if the pen is to be kept like this, if your dad wants your pen to be kept like this, there is nothing wrong in respecting his world and keeping the pen as he wants, right? So we should always respect the model. And look at this picture, very beautiful picture. Yes, from one person's point of view, it is 4. The other person's point of view, it is 3, right? Can we see the things from the other person's point of view or not? That is the gist of the emotional state where you are living, right? Just look at this beautiful picture. From A's point of view, it is 4. From B's point of view, it is 3, right? Just for fun, we can agree for the criticism. So you're always indisciplined. If somebody says, if you're really indisciplined, change it. Make use of it and become a better person. If not, just agree. Yes, I agree to whatever you say. Right? Okay. So there is time for everything. And time to be happy is always now. It is not in future. Right? So what we should always think, that time to be happy is now. Why now? Because we don't get any other time to live our life, right? Life is what passes by when we keep on planning for our future, right? Quickly, you have a paper and a pen with you, right? Make a quick note of what is that you are afraid of right now. What is your fear? What is your fear? Done? Okay, that feeling of fear, right, that is making you stressful. Then if you just bring in that confidence in you that whatever I'm feeling, you know what we are afraid of, the things that may never happen in our life, right? So we should stop worrying about what is going to happen or what may happen, right? So whatever may be the thing, you will have your flow, you will have your beautiful life, and it is in your hand to create it. So let's be free of all those things. Okay. So can you unmute yourself and just repeat after me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell to yourself, okay, just repeat after me. I promise myself
I promise myself
myself, head
the
runner,
life filled with
life filled
Life
with
filled with
Let's feel with
happiness,
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 joy,
no? Joy,
joy,
goals,
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 and
goals,
fulfillment,
and
and
goals.
strength,
Yeah.
and achievement.
and
and
achievement.
achievement.
and
I
achievement.
promise myself the life filled with joy, happiness, goals, and achievements. This is what we need to promise to ourselves, right? So every day, keep repeating to yourself. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better, right? So every day I am getting better. Every day I am learning something new. Every day I am taking grip of my life. I am not postponing my happiness, right? I cannot say that I'll finish my graduation, I get a job, then I'll be happy. When you get a job, again your bundle of worries will be there. Then you cannot say, when I get married, I'll be happy. When I have kids, I'll be happy. When I get my kids' education, I'll be happy. When I get retirement, I'll be happy. Right? That happiness, if you keep on postponing, it will never happen. So always remember that this life is beautiful. You are blessed. You are feeling great. You are confident, and you are worthy enough to get everything in your life, whatever you desire for. So what you have to do is only mentally prepare yourself, emotionally prepare yourself to get that achievement, right? And one thing always remember, students, boys and girls, as I told you, I'll address you as, right? Boys and girls, always remember, nothing gives you satisfaction more than your hard work. So you have to die yourself to go to heaven. You cannot ask, you die, I'll go to heaven, right? So stress is something which we always need to respect a lot in your life. It is there because we are living. Our life wouldn't be there if there is no stress at all, right? So with this feeling, if you proceed further, and always remember one thing, success without fulfillment is an ultimate failure. It's a failure if you are not happy about what you're doing, right? So always decide your career based on that. Done? So the session is open for questions. If you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box, or you can let Ashwini madam know. I'll take some 5 questions. Any questions?
Madam, I have a question. Madam, I have a question. Can I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can I rise?
Yes, sir.
Is there any difference between stress and anxiety? Because we call people are anxious and people
Yes,
are
yes.
stressed like that.
There
Any
is
difference?
difference, sir. I told you the stress is good. It is just like a salt in the food. But anxiety directly kills people, right? Anxiety is worse than stress. It's a next level of stress. When we get anxiety, then we start getting attacks in our body, right? So heart attack mostly happens because of anxiety. Worry is not stress, worry is anxiety. So if we are getting anxiety in our life, we should be worried about it actually. So to reduce it, so how can we reduce it? We should just mark the things in our life, what is happening, what is not happening, and what is not happening, we should concentrate on that, and we can reduce our anxiety, right? Life is not an emergency. This word we should remember. Life is not an emergency. It is to be lived happily, and happiness leads to prosperity. This is my idea.
No, I asked.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody-
Sorry, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Nitin, you ask.
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I got one question. Like, usually, like, I'm experiencing this sort of problem from last 1 year.
Okay.
When we lose somebody very close to us, like he passes away or something happens,
Yeah.
so we start sometimes like we go in an infinity of a loop, like ma'am, and we
Yes.
start blaming ourselves that if I would have done this thing, it would be a right thing. If I would have done that thing, it was a wrong thing, like,
Correct.
and it leads to a stress and a depression, ma'am.
Yeah.
So how it is like how we have to come out of it and how to come out of that infinite loop, ma'am, like, and so like if you can suggest some of the things like meditation and all, I would try it, but it's very difficult, like, so,
Yeah.
and it's it's a chain reaction, ma'am. It's creating a depression, it's creating anxiety, it's creating a stress. So what's the solution for it, ma'am? Like,
Yeah. Put it in a simple word, your question is, we lose somebody very close to us and we blame ourselves for not doing something by which we could have saved that person, right? So one thing is, everything, your anxiety, stress, everything starts with the way you think, right? The moment you think, I am responsible for not doing this, then something inside happens, right? And that is not a happy feeling for you at all. So that means that you are in a unresourceful state. So you have to convert that unresourceful state into the resourceful state. So think perfect thought, something like maybe it is destined to be so. That's why it happened. So how I can make myself strong to overcome this? If you ponder on these points more, right? Just somebody suggests something like meditation, it won't work, right? So meditation should be with it is called as mindfulness, right? Mind is empty, then you become with mindfulness, right? You will get mindfulness. So you need not blame yourself because everything is destined and everything is happening the way it has to happen. Only thing what you can do right now is supporting your family, supporting the people around you to overcome and sustain what you can do at this moment. If you think more about that, I think you will do justice to your position. Is it okay?
Ashwini madam, there are few questions in the chat box. See,
Chat
there's one
box,
question.
okay.
There is one question. One Swati.
How to control
How to-
mind from negative thoughts, right? Okay. How
Yes, ma'am.
how I told you how to identify negative thoughts. Do you remember? How to identify negative thoughts. The moment you feel sad, the moment the thought arises and you feel helpless, powerless, then that is a negative thought. Then the negative thoughts are always there. But when they crop in, then you need to convert them into positive things. Say, for example, something bad is happening, right? Then what is my control on that? What is my circle of influence? That we should find out and shift our thoughts to something better. The moment you get a negative thought, I'll give you a simple technique. You have to start thinking about what positive things you are having in your life, and the moment when you felt powerful, the moment when everybody applauded for your performance, right? So the moment you feel energized, your brain start pushing in the right thoughts, right? So negative thought crops in, convert it into the positive thought by dwelling on your strengths and the moment where you felt powerful, right? Anything else?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think there are no questions in chat box. Any
Yes.
students
No question?
willing to ask questions direct? No questions.
If you are willing to ask directly also, you can ask. No problem.
Ask this one.
You can unmute yourself and ask. We'll take 2 more questions.
Questions, students? You have any
Ma'am,
questions?
does physical yeah,
Yes.
yes,
Vinay,
ma'am, have one
Vinay.
question.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, does physical workout exercises, ma'am, can be treated as a stress buster?
100%. 100%. Right? I told you why I made you stand and do this, right? So why we have to do this is physical exercise that boosts our tissues and muscles in our body. So that activates our brain. So that is very, very helpful for managing stress and managing even anxiety, depression. You will never get into depression. The moment you feel very sad, go for a long walk, 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 10 kilometers. The moment the physically you are exerted more, then that gives you more glucose and more energy to decide better things, right? So at this age, all of you should start workout, right? And on YouTube, you get so many. You need not go to gym, spend money on that. Whatever naturally is available, you can make use of that and start working out, right? If you feel sad, you need not sleep in your room, or you start doing some things which are not required at all. Instead of that, start jumping, do squats, or do the exercises at home, which is available, right? So that way you can definitely come out of this thing, right? You can bodily become strong and mentally, automatically you will become strong, right? Concentrate on building your physique.
Madam, there is another question. I'll just read it.
Yeah.
The one student is asking that how to overcome the fear of failure.
Fear of failure, right? So you should consider failure as a feedback, not a failure, right? The moment you say, I'm a failure, how it feels, something hurts inside, right? Unresourceful state. So the fear of failure means what? What if I fail, right? So we never see. You just imagine this way. There are principles of success, principles of management, right? There are no principles of mismanagement. Principles of success is there. Principles of failure is not there. Yes. So we should always think failure as a feedback, not as a failure. And always remember, successful people attract successful people. Failures always attract failures, right? So rank holders, if they meet in the party, so how many marks have you scored in this? That will be the discussion. If the failure meets a failure, he says, why are you worried? You lost in one subject. Don't worry, yeah, I lost in 2. So they attract the similar kind of people, right? So don't be afraid to lose. Life is very big. It is just a small thing what we are encountering. So failure, don't call it as failure, call it as feedback. Then there will not be any fear. Understand? Right?
Ma'am, good afternoon. There is a book called Fear of Failure.
Yeah.
There is a book.
Okay.
It is a biography or his real story of one, I don't remember whether it's a Chinese person or a Korean person.
Okay.
Fear of Failure is a wonderful book for all the people who feel this fear of failure.
Yeah, you can read. You can see. You should be voracious reader to become a leader, right? Read as many books as possible apart from your law books, legal books, constitution, right? CRPC, VPC. Apart from that, you should read some good books, motivational books. Okay, right? So it's time to eat your peda on your table. Please pick it up and eat it so that your day ahead will be happy, right? And you should always remember, you have promised yourself the life filled with joy, happiness, goals and achievements, right? Okay. Before handing it over to Ashwini madam, hold your right hand like this. Switch on your videos, please. Hold your right hand like this. Students, all students. Yes.
Turn your videos.
Okay. Okay. Just bring it like this. And that's a high five from me, right? 1, 2, 3. Done? Fantastic. A big round of applause for everybody for attending. I hope all of you enjoyed my session. This is my first session with your college. Hope to have the series of programs with your college, right? Okay, now I hand it over to Ashwini madam with sincere thanks to Dr. Jayasima.
Thank you, madam. Sir, I request you to say a few words. Principal, sir.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nanda madam, for that very scintillating presentation and also a mind refreshing session that you have conducted for our staff and students. It has been a very great learning experience as to how to manage the stress. As I was always telling that people who felt that this pandemic has put us into has brought our life to a standstill, but yet this pandemic has also proved to be a boon where we could learn a lot of things like how to meet online on Zoom platform. And a person like me who belong to the past era of the teachers, now I have become a techno savvy. I am using my computer, my laptop, how to make this all. See, I found the pandemic as a very great opportunity for enhancing myself, my skills of teaching or my skills of presentation, whatever it be. So this is what I want to carry the same message to my students, that there should be some kind of stress in our life, as madam was telling, because stress we should always consider it as a driving force, as Bill Phillips says that stress is a driving force to overcome the obstacles, and remaining calm at the stressful things is a cradle of power. So that you have taken us to a greater learning today, and I always love to read DVG Kagga. DVG is Kagga. I'm very fond of, and one Kagga I always remember, and I have taken it as my life lesson, which how to handle the stress. The Kagga goes like this: that ಬರದಿರುವ ಎಣಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುವುದನ್ನು ಬಿಡಬೇಡ, ಗುರುತಿಸು ಕೇಡುಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಒಳತಿಯನ್ನು, ಇರುವ ಭಾಗ್ಯವನ್ನೇನೆ ಬಾರೆನೆಂಬುದನ್ನು ಬಿಡು, ಹರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೆ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲವೋ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ. So the things that we have aspired, they did not come. So that's why we are forgetting the things that we are having. And once we realize that whatever we have is the best, there will be happiness in their life. So the sole goal of life is to be happy and happy forever, not only now, even any eventualities that come, we remain to be calm and happy. So this is what the takeover message. In fact, I don't want to interfere, because I want my students to take your message, not to interrupt with my message. But still, I'm very happy that you are here and you guided us a next level of learning that we had. Thankful to you on behalf of my staff and students.
Thank you,
and may
sir.
God bless
Pleasure
you
is
all the
mine.
good health. And
Thank
let's
you.
go with in fact, I want to mention that we wanted to have a in-person session with you, but somehow this pandemic could not. But when the days come to normal, we have one full session in person to all our staff and the students. So with this, I take leave. God bless you.
Thank you.
Or Ashwin.
Thank you, sir. Madam, it was very great session, madam, interactive session. I hope all the students have taken the benefit out of it. And thank you for your this session, madam. It was very good. And on behalf of the principal, staff and students of B.V.Bellad Law College, I wholeheartedly thank you for this wonderful session.
Thank you. Pleasure is always mine. All the very best to all of you. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
The feedback form link has been dropped in the chat box. Please check it and do fill the feedback form. Okay. Okay, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Another announcement, students. Students, are you there, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
A few are
Before
there.
leaving, I
Few are
want to
there.
announce.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Tomorrow, as we all know that tomorrow is the World Environment Day, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I,
ma'am.
I request you all to plant a sampling and send that photo to me, so that we celebrate it this World Environment Day by sampling the trees. And let us at least we are not physically present and we cannot see you all. At least you plant your sapling in nearby your house and send us the photo. Okay, this is through Environment Club. Okay, students.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I,
Okay,
I,
ma'am.
I wish to add, I, I wish to add that those who all plant a sapling and send photo to Ashwini madam, they all will be given with a 5-star chocolate. That's what principal's gift to you all. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Plant a sapling and I'm going to order for 100 5-star bars in the evening, and you plant a sapling, you will get a 5-star chocolate. Sure, that's a sure. It is not a virtual chocolate, it will be a real chocolate when you come to.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
You, sir.
If you
And
want to
for
send any video, anything, that also you can send me. Otherwise, you can send me a pic of sampling. Okay, students.
and I wish to add because I think some 40 students are there still. Some are there with some creativity. Suppose you do something which where you can have some message to the public as to how a care can be taken during this COVID or even after COVID. You can have a video shooting of your own selves acting there, or with your friends or with your family members. You can share, because we have seen there's one case students, they have made a video like that. You can make something so that we can feel that whatever the learning that we had, it has come into action. Let it come into action. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಾದ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಹಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಜೋಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಶೂಟ್ ಎ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ನಾಟಕ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಡು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವಿಟಿ and shoot it on your camera or from your mobile, and you send it to the groups to which you are all there in the college. You see that one best will be awarded. And there's one more program that is coming up at Bangalore. There are 21 colleges they have selected, and ours is one college where we need to present a 15-minute program to them. One group dance, one song, a patriotic song, and a speech on national integrity. So if people are ready, because I have to give consent to that, because they have selected our college to be part of it. It will be in the month of August, but we have to be ready and we have to perform on that day. So please plan like that. We shall work on that. We shall make the learning more pleasant. And I don't want the learning should be like very rigid like that. I always believe that learning should be very pleasant. It should not be painful to you all. Okay, it should not cause stress. It should remove your stress and bring all the happiness to you. Okay, friends.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed the training session. And one more thing, students, keep in mind that we are all facing the pandemic and the second wave. I think so. It has disturbed us very, a lot. So don't think that attending the classes online is not beneficial. All those things, because we are making our hard efforts to convince you all, teach you all, and you also do participate actively, and please cooperate with us, okay, students. And we are coming up with different webinars and different training sessions. Just now you have attended it, and we are even coming up with different competitions. So I think so everybody have got the message of online singing competition. So please, students, see, this is, we have no option. We have no option left. We should interact like this only. This is the virtual. Now the world has become virtual world. So face-to-face interaction is not there. So keep in mind that you're in the college, and you please participate and do attend whatever the college conducts any program with you, to you, all those things. Please be active, okay? Even in classes, I'm telling, and even the competition. See, Madam Lata Madam has organized the online singing competition, students. So please do actively participate in it, okay? And tomorrow, as I told you, please send a sampling photo to me so that I shall file your photos in my file, environment club file. Okay? Okay, students?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir,
Thank
shall
you,
I
ma'am.
end the meeting, sir?
Ma'am, can I end the meeting?
Sir, are you able to hear me? Principal, sir?
I'm there. I'm there. I'm
Unmute,
there.
unmute.
Yeah, madam. Yes, madam.
Shall I end the meeting, sir?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Students, I hope everybody are filling the feedback form, okay?
You
Okay,
send
ma'am.
the no,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
send the link to the all the students in group there. Okay.
Yeah, I have sent it, sir.
Subject
Sir.
the group WhatsApp group. Okay.
The link is there in the chat box, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes, ma'am.
I
Already
mean,
done, ma'am.
you also send it to the WhatsApp groups.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I do, sir. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashwini madam, for that wonderful session. You done
Thank you, sir.
fantastic. And okay, madam, you just contact madam Nanda madam and ask her this one. What you call? We have to send her this one.
Yes.
You take her details.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I'll do that.